Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Yeah, we don't see too much volatility today. I guess this will remain the case for the remainder of today because tomorrow we've got CPI data, so there might just be a little bit of, plus minus a couple of percent, and that's it. We'll see. I'm happy to be surprised if it goes the other way, but yeah, we've just seen another low for Ethereum. That was the plan anyway. I'm quite happy about that because we touched the next target. Yeah, you can see these dotted lines. We hit this one and now we hit the next one. And I mentioned to you in the video before that ideally I'd like to see one more low. Now, sometimes you don't get that one more low, but now we've got a fifth wave near enough complete. You can count it as an ending diagonal, and I do expect Ethereum to bottom in this area here. Now, it doesn't need to go any lower. That's it's done what it even has done on the micro level now what it needs to do. It doesn't need to go any lower. So it basically worked out in terms of making one more micro low, because before I could only count 3 waves down. Now we can count 5. It's not an impulse. This is an ending diagonal if it is the right count. But then we've got a descending wedge now on the chart, and if that turns around, I think that would be the first signal that Ethereum actually is turning around in this fifth wave to the upside that could take us into the $1,800 region. I highlighted it in the previous videos that this is an area where we have quite a favorable reward to risk ratio. Now, be aware that tomorrow could shake up things a little bit. Sometimes during these days and when these reports come out with CPI, it can drive the waves to their extreme targets. You can get some irrational volatility. But for now, I'm telling you that we have a signal where we don't have a signal yet that the low is in, but we have done also on the micro level what we need to do. And we've seen a candle which shows rejection at this 1464 target level. And if it now breaks above today's high, which was here at 1493, I think this would be the very early first signal that things are changing. Better would be a break above 1524, and an even clearer signal would be a break above 1550. And I think then if we get above 1550, we can say the low was in, and we are heading up in a fifth wave. So yeah, this is good. And an ending diagonal or descending wedge often shows exhaustion. So as you can see here, exhaustion, which also indicates that you can expect some kind of a turnaround here shortly, which again doesn't mean it is turning around, but we need to be ready. Because we also see a bullish divergence now here. Yeah, so you see the lower low on the price chart, and you see the higher low on the RSI. And on the 1 hour chart, we see something similar, bullish divergences on the RSI and also on the MACD. Okay, so things are possibly now starting to turn the other way. It's a bit too early to say that. It could theoretically still come down all the way to 14.15. Now, don't get me wrong. This is a low risk, high reward setup. So from somewhere in here, a long trade into the $1,800 region would have a favorable reward to risk ratio, because what you risk in terms of this area all the way down to a possible stop loss around 1400, in contrast to what you could get by the price rallying from here to 1800, that is quite favorable. It doesn't, of course, mean that the wave 4 support area needs to hold. I mean, nobody knows that, yeah. I think the chances are certainly there, and also looking at the subwave counts, I think it all points sort of towards bottoming in this area. But sometimes markets do unlikely things. So a few people ask me what happens if it drops below that wave 4 support area. So if it drops below 1400, ideally it holds 1415, yeah. So if it drops below 1415, then I would first be looking if this is a wave 2. So then I would have to be flexible and think, okay, maybe did we do something like this? Did we already peak in the fifth wave? I find that less likely because we didn't have a clear wave 4 in this structure, but it's technically possible. You can count it like that. And then I would need to watch, do we hold a wave 2 low? Which means we would be further advanced in the count than I currently think. We need to have an open mind here, and then we could come down into the region between 1394 all the way down to 1212. So that means if we drop below 1212 or 1215, then this entire impulse will probably fail, and we will retest $1,000 and maybe even fail and continue with the bear market. But for now, this here is an interesting area for the price to find a local low in a wave 4 to trade a possible 5th wave. I would try to make it clear again that this is still not the time, in my opinion, to be aggressive with long trades. I keep positions small myself. So let me I keep positions small myself at the moment. And if we clearly go in the direction to the upside, then I may scale up. Because buying at the moment just means you're trying to catch a falling knife, you're trying to get the best price. These positions then can or could be scaled up on the way up. No financial advice, right? Because obviously when you try to catch the falling knife, you need to be aware that it could fail because we don't have a reversal signal. But we have, it's not that you sort of catch the falling knife without a plan. We've got a support area, we have fib support, we've got targets that point into this area, and we've got the Elliott Wave count. And they all point towards a possible low in this region. It will be interesting. I'll keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.